Margaret. Teresa will make up with her brother, probably eventually, even if not for the show. I mean, they are family. Things are going to happen in the family. There are going to be deaths. They're going to be sick. There will be things. I'm not saying today. I'm not saying in 4 years. In the next 50 years, between now and the time that Teresa and Joe drop dead, things will happen. And so chances are that the two of them will speak again, even if it's not fake for the show, like it would be at this point. But Teresa hates the fuck out of Margaret Josephs. Hates. So she will soften on Melissa because of Joe. It will happen 10 years from now, 40 years from now, 3 years from now, whatever it is, it will eventually, there'll be some communication. But Teresa fucking hates Margaret. So if they fake makeup, and if Bravo is somehow becomes interested or is interested in this report that I talked about earlier in the week about how they're not interested is not true, we're still going to have a season where Teresa and Margaret hate each other. And even if Margaret is willing to work with Teresa, even though she says she'll never work with Louis, which I don't even think we're going to have Louis, Teresa still fucking hates Margaret. So even if Melissa and Teresa got along, nobody wants to see Teresa versus Margaret. We saw that last season. We saw that the season before. We saw that the season before. So nobody wants to see that either. And that's a key component that everybody is so focused on. Teresa being desperate to save her job and this, and Joe Gorga's now preparing to meet her, and do producers want to capture this, and Melissa reconciling with Teresa, Melissa/Joe. Nobody realizes the Margaret versus Teresa thing is just as old. It is just as stale. Unless Teresa reconciling with Melissa, somehow they're interested and that saves the show. And at the last minute, they decide to get rid of Margaret. And the show moves ahead with Teresa, Melissa, and Dolores. That to me makes more sense. I now that we're in this alternative twilight zone of Melissa and Joe, and she's going to go meet Joe and he's open to it and blah, 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 and he wants her to apologize. Even if all that is going to happen, I don't see how the show can move forward with Teresa and Margaret. I think that's the thing people don't realize. Because Teresa and Melissa faking it, eating sprinkle cookies together, and her being like, these are great, Melissa. I'm glad you made a business out of it. And maybe I'll do panoli cookies and whatever type of fake shit they're going to show that no one wants to watch. Even if people watch that, no one wants to see Teresa and Margaret fight anymore. That is old news, stale, and boring as well. So Margaret will say she's all about this in interviews. She's really fucking not. And she really hates it. And I don't even know if the show can move forward with the four of them. I think if Teresa's back, you almost have to get rid of Margaret. I think it changes moving it ahead with Melissa, Margaret, and Dolores. Because how are Teresa and Margaret? It's not her family. She ain't incentivized for that. She didn't sign up for that. She's this big reconciliation when now she's going to reconcile with Margaret too. But no one's going to believe that. So that's just going back to the well of filth in the underbelly of the damn show. So I think if this reconciliation happens and we have a meeting next week, I don't even think that solves anything because we still have Margaret and Teresa. How are we going to film that? Will Margaret lose her job at the last minute if we listen? Nothing is set. We could have every rumor about Melissa, Margaret, and Dolores being the future of the show. These things change. This is TV. Things you could be starting to film tomorrow and they'll call and tell you your contract is pulled. It ain't over until the fat lady sings or flips a table in this case, and we will see. But that is the thing, even if this reconciliation happens, I don't know. I don't know if that means Margaret loses her job or we're going to have two reconciliations, but she ain't happy about this. Don't kid yourself. Now, our best advice to Teresa and Melissa, unsolicited advice, nobody asked for, is because you are all starting, not you ropers, you're all good kids. But they're the scumbag podcast that's on the take and is getting paid, and the gift certificates by Teresa and Margaret's giving gifts. It's starting already. Oh, it's starting. The huggers versus the non-huggers, and the Instagram accounts that are so pro. It's already starting. It's already so people are fighting. It's just it blows my mind that there are these Instagram accounts that don't make a penny. They don't make a penny. They fight and fight and fight for Teresa. And then the other ones fight and fight and fight against her. Now, I'm all for fighting. For how much? How much you want for that? They don't make nothing. They don't make nothing. You're getting a gift certificate from Teresa to buy a fucking Starbucks. So my advice, unsolicited, yes, but I'm going to give some advice, are Teresa and Melissa and Joe, if you want your $2 million, you give these people a kick in the face, because Teresa ain't going to take $1 out of her pocket for these people. They're her little bitches. Whoop. You whip that. Whoop. Little whipping sound. My advice is cut off all ties with the scumbag podcast. Cut off all ties with these bloggers. You're going to ruin it for yourselves because it's already starting. Do not read the comments. Don't live in the comments, Teresa. Get out of it. This is actually advice for you, sweetheart. Stay out of it. And you too, Melissa, you slip up a little bit sometimes too. Just reconcile, live your life, film the show in a vacuum. I mean, really, I don't read any comments. Excuse me. I don't read any comments about myself. Who cares? It does not affect your daily life. It does not affect your daily business. It does not affect your pocketbook. So my best advice is, if this is going to really happen, and this is a reconciliation, which air quotes, claim is real and legitimate, even though we know it's so fake, I would stay off the bloggers. I wouldn't go pay nobody. You already fired the scumbag lawyer, Teresa. You blame him for the no taxes. You had to blame someone. I really don't think it's the lawyer's fault, honey. I mean, but okay, fine. Blame someone. But just stay out of it, because it's already starting with this one and that one. And oh, she's coming back. She has 5 panels. You fucking people are wrong. And they're fighting for hours. Well, what do? You have any life? Is there any interaction in person? So that's my advice. Don't look into the comments, Teresa. They say you're desperate. Who cares what they say? Just focus. That's my advice. Stay out of it. Stop working with the bloggers. Stop and this, and they could talk about you all day, girl. That's what sells tickets to the damn show. Stay out of it. That's my advice to Teresa. It's my advice for Melissa and Joe. Just stay out of it. This online underbelly of the internet, which is a micro percentage of the real world, is partly what ruins your fucking show and partly what ruins your damn relationship. So rise above it. Stay out of it. That's my advice. If you're really heading down this road and you really have a second chance, I would avoid the bloggers and all the comments online at all costs. Really. That's actually heartfelt advice. What else? Oh, by the way, this is another thing, which, did everyone see this? Teresa has a new prison plan.